Hi, happy Thursday. Okay, for starters, let's just start where we left off. Last Thursday, I went to the pool with Shauna, blah blah blah. It was kind of a boring day. I didn't do much. Next day, same deal. My family was all at the Waterfest, which I will explain in a minute. Shauna came over. I was home alone, and Shauna came over. So it was just the two of us in my room, and we were bored, so we got on BLOGTV. And we're broadcasting. We have maybe 4 or 5 viewers. We have a nice conversation going, and then somebody knocks on my window, and that's very scary. Like, you don't think it's that scary, but then it happens, and it freaks you out. So we're like screaming, and our BLOGTV viewers are like, "Oh, haha, what happened? You're so funny." So I was like, that's probably Brandon, because he lives down the street, and he's a hoodlum. He would totally mess with me like that. I don't know, it's our relationship. It's how it goes. He picks on me, and I pick on him too. He's a ginger. You're a ginger. Shauna gets up, and she opens the blinds, she, peeks through, and she's like, "It's Brock and Caleb!" So we freak out, and we're like, "Ah!" So we should just slam the computer shut. We just totally forget about blog. And we go outside, and we leave my house, and we go to Shauna's house, and we played Chubby Bunny. And those videos went up Monday, so if you watched them all, then you're a cool kid. If you're subscribed to all of us, then you're a cool kid. And if you're not, then I'm going to put links down here, and you should really check out Brock and Caleb and Shauna. They're my best friends. I love them to pieces. You should too, so just check them out. Give them a chance. It was Saturday morning. We all met up again to walk in the parade at Waterfest. You know how every town sort of has that little festival, and it's based on something that really only your town is, proud of. And that's water, because our entire history was based on these, mineral water springs that are all over. We have all these crazy mineral waters, and we used to have this hall where it's full of these big pools, and people would come in there and swim in this fancy mineral water that, cures polio or something. It was, I don't know, it's kind of cool, it's kind of interesting. We've got all these museums about it now, and we have Waterfest, and it's basically just a citywide fundraiser. We just spent the whole day together. Shauna had to go to work, so for a while it was just me and Brock and Caleb, and we had adventures getting lost and getting locked out of my house, and it sucked a lot, but we weren't bored, so Brock and Caleb went home around midnight, and then me and Shauna, we spent the night together. We watched When in Rome. If you like romantic comedies, that's a good one. After that, we had to get up at 8:30 in the morning again, and this time it was for church. Our church had a volunteer thing going to just get out in the community and just help people out, reach out, it's a cool thing to do. It's be the church. The church has left the building. Me and Shauna volunteered to go to an elementary school with a whole team of people and paint their library. So we did that. It was a good time. I had a good time. We were jamming to the Backstreet Boys. I'm so obsessed with the Backstreet Boys. It's really getting annoying for all the people around me, because half my Twitter updates are song lyrics, and they're all over Facebook. I don't know. I just really love them. I know nobody does anymore, but those of you who do, I really respect you for appreciating good music and actual vocal talent. Anyway, done with that. Next day, Shauna came over and spent the night. We had a good time. We watched Back to the Future. We just sort of chilled, We spent a lot of time together. Then the next day, Beth Ann came over. I hadn't seen her in a really long time. We just chilled for a while, listened to music, drew pictures. We don't do a lot when we're together, but we still have a really good time. Here's where the fun begins. Last night, Julia came over. It's really interesting because she's my older brother's ex-girlfriend, but I love her to pieces. We are really good friends. And so we went out and we saw Eclipse. It was the second day, it was the day after it first released. We didn't go to the midnight premiere or anything, but we went the next day. And so the theater was packed. We were pretty late getting there. I'm amazed the showing wasn't sold out. It must have been very close. We took, almost the last tickets, I swear. So we get in there, and we have the worst seats imaginable. We're, way off to the side, down right in the front. It was bad. So, we can hardly see. We had to, get used to everything being, totally sideways to us. And, I really didn't like it that much. I thought it was really boring. The thing about the movie was that there really wasn't a lot of plot to it. it didn't advance. It didn't go very far. It was stuff that you'd been anticipating throughout the series, and the whole movie was anticipation, and then boom, it happening. The two things that happen in this movie are this big battle between, like, the werewolves and the vampires, and, you know, like, versus the bad vampires. I don't know. I missed the second part of the series, and I've only read the first book, so I'm a little bit lost, so forgive me, but I thought it was really boring. There wasn't a lot to watch, you know, and it had its romantic bits that I'm a sucker for, you know, but I didn't like it. I really didn't. It's not even me just hating the movie. It's not even me just hating the actors, which I do, and it's not because everybody loves them. They're seriously not attractive. Let me just say, like, Robert Pattinson, his eyebrows scare me, his hair scares me, his eyes, those stupid contacts they wear, that makes no sense. Why do their eyes have to match? They're not even like blood relatives. But they have those creepy eyes that match each other. He has such a weird face shape, and his neck scares me, and his nose looks like it could eat your face off. And he's not attractive at all. At all. No. And same with, what's his name? Taylor Lautner. Yeah, Taylor Lautner. Same with Taylor Lautner. His face is like swollen. He literally looks like he's been stung by wasps right here. Just, and it's like it's not even me like blowing my cheeks out. It's like his cheekbones, like, I can't even explain it. It's not attractive. And he takes his shirt off. Okay, fine. He has abs. He has pecs. I don't care. I'm a sucker for, like, tiny, scrawny boys. That's what I like, but I'm weird like that. I guess that's not a normal thing to like. I'm not impressed by his magical body of Jesusness. And he's got that weird tattoo because it's a wolf thing. I don't know. I don't like it. Here's my story. I read the book, the first one, when it was pretty much new. It wasn't even that popular yet. I loved to read. I read, like, Harry Potter, Aragon. I was into this kind of thing. Twilight was right down my alley. And all I would ever hear is, wow, you have to read this, it's so good, it's like the best thing ever, you're gonna love it, you're gonna love it. I got it, I read it, I was done with it in like 2 days. It was bland. It was very predictable, especially as far as the romance aspect. You know what's gonna happen. And it's stupid because she literally has no personality. In the movie, she has no personality. And then all these guys are just like tripping over themselves to fall in love with her. And why? She's described as unattractive, she's described as clumsy, she's described as just bland. I don't like it. It had its interesting bits, like the big fight scene at the end. I don't know, it was in like a dance studio because there were all these mirrors. But it was interesting to read, it was interesting to watch in the first movie, but you know, a big fight scene can't make a book or a story at all good. It can't rely on that, and it can't rely on a very typical, predictable, stupid romance. I don't like it at all. I'm not a Twilight fan, and I have my reasons for it, so that's all I'm saying. I'm gonna get like a bazillion thumbs downs. That's gonna hurt my heart. I'm sorry, guys. Just one more thing about Eclipse. I know, I'm just like bash, bash, bash. I hate it so much. It was a really bad movie, in my opinion. We were in a theater full of people who were just absolutely in love with it. They had a great time. I had a great time making fun of them having a great time. But the thing about the movie, it is an okay movie. You know, I'm not going to go recommend it to anyone. I didn't like it, but it's not the worst movie I've ever seen. Absolutely not. I have quite a long list of bad movies that I can't stand. One of them being Cabin Fever 2. I think that is probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life. I can't even tell you how disgusting it is. Ew, no, ew, ugh, ugh. I love scary movies, and really I hated that one. I love scary movies when they are classy and tasteful and have a point, I guess. I don't know. It was worse than Eclipse. So I'm going to wrap this up now. I hope you guys had a good week. Like I said, check out Brock and Caleb and Shauna if you haven't already, and if you have, then I applaud you. I like you very much. So that's it for this week. Peace and love. Mwah. I'll see you next Thursday.